Welcome, members, to the Metropolitan Club. This is your host, Trevor, with my other host, Rex the Dinosaur. He's finally back. Let's give a big hand, round of applause, actually. He's finally back. Rex had a major surgery, heart surgery. He's back with us, talking Mets with us, of course. Rex, this is kind of truly a good question, but I'll have a follow-up. How are you feeling?
Good.
Usually I ask how you're feeling. Now I'm asking, actually, how are you feeling? Okay, well, I'm glad you're feeling well. So tell us a little bit what happened if you'd like, or don't.
I went in to the hospital on July 3rd, Thursday, and had open heart surgery. I had 2 holes in my heart and 2 veins that were flowing blood into the heart that were not supposed to be in the heart.
Yep, and Rex, you are a warrior, like these Mets should be warriors. And so we applaud you. Let me give you another round of applause. Thanks for being back. This was the most important thing, is doing this podcast, so I appreciate you being back here.
Important of all.
Yes. So, let's get back to it. Let's talk about the Mets. So, the Mets had their 3-game series against the Reds coming out of the All-Star break. We were kind of struggling a little bit coming out into the series, but going through the series, we didn't do too well either. We lost 2 out of 3. We salvaged the last game. 3-2 win. The first game, 8-4. Second game was 5-2. Seems like we're not hitting very well. Our pitching doesn't seem to be doing that too great either. How do you think of the Mets this past series after seeing them after the All-Star break?
Very poorly. We came out with low energy, it seemed like, and Manaea looks good once again, but
yeah, that is a good thing.
The bullpen, we got to trade for somebody now. We can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, Diaz implosion today, mini implosion, not good. Comes into the game, ties the game up in the 8th, not great. Stanek somehow got done in the 9th. I'll give him that. We have what was his name again? Carrillo. What is Carrillo doing? Alex Carrillo. Everybody's rested. Everybody's completely ready for this game. And we bring in Carrillo to let up 5 earned runs.
3 home runs.
Yeah, and Carlos Mendoza, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? We have everyone available after we have our starter in. Everybody's available, maybe except for Diaz because he pitched in the All-Star game. Everybody else in the bullpen is available. They had a week off. What are we doing?
And you bring him out for another inning after he lets up.
Pitches 2 innings. What? What is this?
And then you bring in Waddell to eat up innings, and the Mets decided that they wanted to finally get some energy in the 9th inning.
Yeah, I mean, the 9th inning's great. Like, okay, we can finally hit in the 9th inning. What about the first 8, guys? We can't salvage a game with only 3 outs to go. Not normally, anyways, unless we want a miracle, which happens every once in a while, but definitely not something you can rely upon every night.
The top 4 in the lineup, the top of the lineup needs to hit. We went 1 for 12 in that game. Soto had a solo shot, but then after that had 2 strikeouts. Why is Vientos hitting second instead of Brandon Nimmo?
I think we're trying to get Vientos in there for confidence. We're trying to bring his confidence up. He hit 4th today.
Trying to win.
Yeah, I think the thought is we need Vientos to win. We need Vientos to do well. You know what, though? Beatty's playing a good third base. And I think he's been the most consistent player, at least.
Yeah. I've been impressed with Mauricio's fielding at third base.
Mauricio has been good as well. Mauricio, I mean, by the end of those past couple series, he looks like he belongs. I know we talked a little bit about complaining, but you know what? He's come up and he's proved us wrong. He looks pretty darn good. Like, we need to keep Mauricio in the lineup.
Yeah.
And Vientos might not be it. Even when he's hitting, he's only getting blue pits. I don't know. When do you move on with him?
I don't know. When are we going to bring Alvarez up?
I don't know when we bring Alvarez up, if we bring Alvarez up, because honestly, it seems like he's only hitting with the AAA guy down there. So he's going to come up. He's going to do well. It's just, can his mechanics stay in his brain before Chavez really lets him down? Because he's not helping him once his mechanics aren't there in the majors. Something's going wrong, so he ends up doing well for the first week or two when he comes up, and then it's like completely downhill, it feels like. I feel like there's some stats to back that up as well. I don't have them on hand with me, but it seems like Alvarez does well when he first gets brought up, and then all of a sudden just implodes.
I feel like that's how most of our prospects are.
Most of our prospects have been doing that. I feel like Alvarez has been the worst one, though.
Yeah. You can't lose. Coming out of the All-Star break, you were cold and
A team that's close to us in the standings.
yeah, and you lost like 20 out of your last, what was it, 31 of before the All-Star break. You can't come out. You have to refresh your mind. Everybody gets their mind refreshed, and then you come out and it's 8-4, 8-2,
And that includes a 14 out of 17 stretch where we lost, which is unbelievable for this type of caliber of team. Unbelievable to think about. Still can't believe it. I got back on board. I see a good Mets team still, even after this series. I see a team that was willing to fight for what they have, but we have got to wake up. Somebody's got to wake up in this lineup. The pitching, I think, will come. We have Minaya and we have Senga coming back. That's going to really bolster our rotation, really help our bullpen, honestly. I think our bullpen will end up getting better because of that. I don't know. Just not good. David Wright, retirement. My favorite players, or not retirement. Guy's jersey retired in the rafters. First, yes, round of applause. Had the documentary come out. I did not see the documentary yet. Would love to. Number 5 was my favorite player growing up.
Documentary. How dare you? I said, how dare you not watch the documentary?
I know. I wish I could have. I really am looking forward to watching that one day.
It's really good.
Unfortunately, do not have SNY, so I can't just go watch the documentary like that. I'll probably find it on YouTube or something, and hopefully we can watch it that way. But anyways, David Wright, my favorite player growing up, used to emulate him as a man and as a player, so this was definitely a little bit emotional for me, seeing all the highlights that he had, and just hearing all the stories about the player he was. It was absolutely incredible to think about that Jose Reyes was there in his first game as a young player as well. I believe he was a rookie that year too. And then his last game, Jose Reyes goes and is at shortstop in his final game, which is still unbelievable in my mind.
Yeah. I wasn't alive when David Wright was in his prime and stuff, so it was really cool seeing everything that he has accomplished and the type of player he was and the type of man he was. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, he had a Hall of Fame trajectory. I mean, he was top 5 player at that time when he was on his best run. 7-time All-Star. All the stats kind of speak for themselves, but unfortunately they aren't mature is the best way to put it. They aren't 400 home runs. They're not Hall of Fame numbers. That's because he had that short career, unfortunately. Why did he have to have a bad back? And who knows how that started. I know there's a lot of suspicions. It's because he played so
thing.
Yes, and so yes, and it could have been onset by that amazing play he had at third base, where he just completely ran into the guy running into third. It's one of his best plays of his career. Also, one of the scariest and something I think that maybe onset a lot of the symptoms of his back. I think he could have just had a longer career if that never happened. I think obviously he still has the condition, but if he doesn't have that moment, he might have a little bit longer of a career. Unfortunate to think about. Why did that have to happen? But I mean, he had to go through so many bad Mets teams too. You weren't alive, or really, I mean, maybe some of it you were alive, but you weren't really there mentally, I guess. You're probably 4 years old when we went to the World Series, I think.
Yeah.
During that time, though, I mean, between 2008 and 2015 was horrendous for the Mets. Those were probably our worst years as a franchise, and David Wright just had to deal with it throughout. We had the Wilpons in charge, and they didn't have any money at the time because of the 2008 financial crisis, and so much money going into Murdoch and all that whole scheme and whatever. So that was a lot of the reasons why that ended up not doing well. Also, 2007, why did we have to collapse? Oh, that was such a good year. That was the monumental collapse, and I will never forgive Tom Glavine. Notable Braves pitcher, and then last game of the season just completely I keep saying implode, but he actually imploded. He literally had a grenade go off in himself that day, in his mind, and he just let up a ton of runs against a bad Marlins team, and I will never forgive him.
I wasn't lying.
Anyways, let's move on. So we had the right ceremony. That was great. I couldn't believe that's happening. Lindor is not captain, at least not yet. What do you think is going to go on with the captaincy of Francisco Lindor? Because I still think that he will be named captain before it hits August. That was my timeline. So we'll see. What do you think?
I thought they were really going to do it. Either
you see the MLB teased it
or yesterday. Yeah, it was like leaked that David Wright was gonna pass the captain to Lindor and pass the torch.
Pass the torch,
They
yeah.
had him talk about like Lindor and how he's a good player and he brings a good attitude to the team. I saw a TikTok about that.
Yeah, maybe Nimmo and Lindor are co-captains is also what I was thinking, considering Nimmo's been with the team for 10 years now. I don't know, something to think about. But nonetheless, these are just optics. These have nothing to do with the team. This Reds team was hot going into the series. They are a very good team. We should not dismiss that. I'll admit that outright. They're hitting. Ellie De La Cruz is an absolute superstar, and we shouldn't dismiss them at all. They are a really good team, but I think the Mets are better. And that first game, I think we should have had. That should have been a game we had.
Yeah, should have had it, and we lost 8-4. We had arguably our best starter going into it. To be fair, he didn't go far, but the bullpen just can't blow it like that. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, well, who are we pitching? Carrillo and Waddell in this kind of game where we're actually doing decently. We're in this game, okay? It didn't look like we were out of it. I digress. So, I don't know what we're really doing. I mean, it hurt to lose in David Wright's jersey retirement day, too.
We got screwed.
Juan Soto got screwed.
Yeah.
It seemed like the umpires completely had it out for him the whole entire game, not just that bat, but I mean that bat was bad. Where there's two high strikes.
Was Soto the one that walked? Who was the one that should have walked on the pitch clock violation? Was that Soto or Lindor?
On the pitch clock violation.
Yeah.
What happened?
So the catcher, he called time when the pitch clock violation was already done. And
jeez.
And everybody thought they called it a pitch clock violation.
Let's see the context of what you're talking about. Pitch clock violation. Okay, well, it's not really coming up yesterday.
Yeah, and then Soto hit. I thought that was gone. I thought Soto did it. Proved the umpires wrong.
But
Just foul.
just foul couldn't quite do it. And we can't again, you only get 3 outs. You can't just decide in the 9th inning, hey, look, we're going to score runs. You only have 3 outs. Unfortunately, the ball doesn't bounce your way in 1 inning typically. Even if you're hitting really well, you can get 3 outs hitting the ball super hard right at somebody.
Maybe if we
and
had
it's
Iglesias,
not that crazy to think about. If we had a Jose Iglesias, what'd you say?
So maybe if we had Iglesias, we would have won.
Yeah, maybe. Or we could forget about it and know that we are a new Mets team that doesn't have Jose Iglesias.
Resign Jose Iglesias. Now without a third baseman.
Well, I know exactly why. It's because Jose Iglesias, honestly, his best was what he did last year. Hitting 300, not really getting any home runs, no power to him, maybe stealing a base every once in a while, and decent defense. It's not that crazy to think, hey, look, for example, Brett Beatty right now playing a decent third base, probably at the same caliber as Iglesias, and him hitting, he hits for more power. Now, his average obviously isn't as good, but I do think that like a player like Brett Beatty, his normalcy is what Iglesias' ceiling is. I mean, Iglesias back for the vibes would have been great, but I mean, do we want another second baseman on this team? Because we could barely handle how many other second basemen we have.
Well, they're not playing well.
I guess my point is that
second base.
I guess my point is all these players are about the same as Iglesias is.
None of them are at 300. None of them bring the vibes to the team like Iglesias did.
You can argue vibes all day, but stats-wise, I mean, what's Iglesias doing that these other players aren't? Maybe getting on base more a little bit. I understand that, but it's not like he drew a ton of walks. And like I said, he had his best season at that point in his career. I don't think he was going to get any better than what that was. I know he's playing for... Who's he playing for now?
He got signed by the Padres on a minor league deal, I think.
Stats. Let's look at his stats.
Let's go to game 2. Top of the order. Gets 2 hits and 18 at-bats.
Yep. I mean, and Lindor doesn't look good right now. I don't know what's going on with Lindor.
Series. He needs to break out of the slump.
And it was going back to game 3, but that's fine. I'll wait to say it. I'll just say it since it's on my mind. But game 3, you're going against a left-handed pitcher that you have a good history against. Can we please hit against him? Hit a line drive, Lindor? What are we doing? You can't strike out to this guy. You have his number through his career. It's the perfect matchup, and you can't do anything. He's lost right now, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the captaincy thing or what, but it doesn't seem like Lindor is doing well right now. It doesn't mean I hate Lindor. It doesn't mean I want him thrown off the team, but he needs to step up a little bit right now.
Yeah. If he wants to be a captain, he has to step up. And
Jose Iglesias.
Hold on. Did you see the stats where when Lindor doesn't get a hit or something, we're like playing like under 500 ball, but when he gets a hit, we're playing like well above 500.
Well, I wouldn't say he's our best player per se, but he's definitely one of the best players on this team. He's got to do well for us to do well, right? It's the same thing if Pete Alonso gets a home run, like I guarantee you our record's better. So it comes down to also the pitching earlier this year was so good. And that pitching is not going to carry us. We need to hit the ball. Pitching will be a little bit better than it was, but I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Anyways, Jose Iglesias has 188 at-bats, 45 hits, 239 average, on-base percentage of 300, 277 slugging percentage. So I don't know if we really want that
I feel like he would have
kind of.
had the vibes too. He would have had a good measure with us.
I'm not going to deny having a Jose Iglesias would be a bad thing, but I just don't think he would fix anything. Would he fix anything, though? Truly. Like, there's nothing he fixes. He just creates a bigger problem at third base or second base.
Vibes.
Yeah, but that was, I don't know. But that's fine.
All right, I gotta give it to this bullpen in the second game. They look solid. Brooks Raley coming back from 15 months without pitching. Major league game. Tommy John surgery. 2 strikeouts. He looks solid. Stanek, Davinsky, Garrett looked good.
Very much needed. We need Brooks Raley in this bullpen.
Clay Holmes did okay. I mean, 4 earned runs and 5 1/3.
Now, I don't know. Clay Holmes, he's got to step up a little bit. He's got good stuff. We need him to be there. You can't let 4 runs in 5 innings.
I have a question.
You're dogging it out there, but
if you trade for an ace, do you bring
5 runs really?
Do you
4 earned?
Bring Clay Holmes back to the bullpen? Do you put him back in the bullpen if you trade for a starting pitcher?
You can't afford to bring Clay Holmes to the bullpen. You just can't. If you trade for a pitcher, what do we have right now? We have Manaea. Manaea's in there. Okay. Senga's in there. David Peterson's probably in there.
He's an all-star.
Okay. Manaea, Senga, and then I don't know what to do with Montas. I'm not sure what to do with Montas, but let's say Ace. I think you would have to put Montas as your 5th, or no, because you need Clay Holmes as the 5th guy.
Senga.
Maybe you go 6-man rotation, go Montas. I mean,
Peterson, Senga, Peterson, Manaea, Holmes, Montas.
Well, that's what we have right now.
Yeah.
We have an Ace.
But if you get an ace,
so Ace, yes, if you get an Ace. So Ace, Senga, Montas. I mean, Montas, Manaea,
Senga.
We're not getting. I would love Paul Skeens. We're not getting Paul Skeens. It just sucks. The Pirates organization will do anything they can to get as much money out of Paul Skeens as possible and get as many fans to that stadium. They do not care about winning. They care about getting people in the stands, and they care about getting their money. They do not care about winning. If they did, they would possibly trade Paul Skeens, but they won't. So, because you could trade Paul Skeens for a ton of players, right? Look at what happened at the Nationals with Juan Soto. You can literally build a team off of one guy, but they're not going to. Anyways, okay, so hold on. What were we talking about? Ace, Manaea, Senga, Peterson, and then you got to go Clay Holmes. Montas, I'm not sure what you do with Montas, honestly. Maybe you pitch him in the second half of Holmes' game, like what we did with Senga and Manaea the last game of the All-Star break.
It was Holmes and Manaea, right?
Senga and Manaea. They both pitched in the same game.
Oh, I thought it was Holmes.
Before the All-Star break. Nonetheless, that's what you have to do. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's tough, though. We need a rallying spirit. Like, what is going on? And it seems like the stadium vibes are, like... I love Citi Field. I love what they're doing with all the fans and all the engagement and all this stuff. But why are we playing hot to go in the 8th inning with a close game today? What's up with that?
What? What'd you say?
The Hot to Go song by Chapel Roan. We're sitting there in the stands in a close game, 2-2 ball game, or 2-1 ball game, I guess, at the time with Diaz coming in, and we're playing Hot to Go, and nobody's into the game. I love the engagement, honestly, but fans, be in the game and be in there for the Hot to Go song. Honestly, Go for it. Like, have fun, but go ahead, be into the game as well. Yeah. So we're not there for just for David Wright's retirement this weekend. We're there to support this team because this team needs it. Yeah,
they do. They're playing like crap. Got a W today, but
it was a hard. Let's go into today. That was a hard fought W, as you put it. I mean, the Mets, you could tell they were going into it like, okay, we need to this game. So Peterson dogs it out that first inning, lets up a run. It's an unearned run, but nonetheless did. And we get up in what inning was it? I believe it was
8th.
Or when we got our first run. The third inning, we bunted a guy over.
We did that like 2 or 3 times today.
Yes, we were very much like, we need to get runs any way we can. We can't hit for power right now. Let's do what we can, because we know Lindor's not hitting. All right? So Lindor's not hitting. We really only have Soto hitting right now, maybe Nimmo. And so we have to do what we can, which I thought was kind of unbelievable that we had Acuna for a sacrifice. I don't know why he's not trying to get on base as well. I think they made a great point on the broadcast of saying, why don't you let Acuna hit away, and he's probably legging out a double play no matter what, right? And he gets on first base, and then you can steal second.
Yeah.
So him with the sacrifice bunt there, not sure about that. At least try to bunt for the hit, but nonetheless got the guy at second, did his job, and so that was good. And then Nimmo, tough at bat, ends up hitting it through the hole between first and second. Not a hard hit ball at all, but just a great at bat, great presence by Nimmo to understand the situation and what to do.
Yeah.
Right fielder's playing his first game at right field.
Yeah.
I mean, they know these things.
David Wright was Daniel Murphy was talking about that. They were talking about how McNeil made his swing adjustment. They said, yeah, if you got a right fielder playing his first game, you might want to try to hit the ball to him. So, Daniel Murphy
it's
in the
not a
booth
bad
today. See that?
Murph's okay. Listen, Gelbsy, I like Gelbs. I'm not a big Gelbs in the booth guy. I do think he's done his time, but it's not working for whatever reason. I think he's got to get into radio or something. He just doesn't describe things nearly enough as he should. If you think about how Gary does it, Gary Cohen on the broadcast does it. He just is always explaining things, and he comes from a radio background where you have to explain every single little thing going on because there's no visual elements. So if I'm thinking maybe we get a radio guy in there whenever Gary Cohen's getting ready to leave. Honestly,
yeah,
I think Murph could be a guy in there.
I'm not looking forward to the day that Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, and Ron Darling are out.
Yeah, GKR.
Yeah.
It will be a sad day. I mean, they're the voices of my childhood and I guess your childhood too. So, I mean, they came in 2006, I believe, was when SNY started. So, 2006 was another great year that we lost, by the way.
Can we talk about the All-Star Game snub?
Yeah, what is going on? Soto doesn't get in? What? In what world does the MLB, I think it's the coaches and the players decide the last spots, the bench spots of the game. And they don't put Soto in the game? The guy who's making the most money? There's got to be something behind that.
They're jealous.
There's no way that should be the case. I mean, what is that? Fernando Tatis gets in? Did you see his stats compared to Nimmo?
Numbers.
He has Brandon Nimmo's numbers. Identical. And there's no question that Soto's numbers are way better than Brandon Nimmo's. We have talked about him being the best player on this team through the season. And all he does is get snubbed? What is with guys signing with the Mets, by the way, and getting completely disrespected? Like Lindor did for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he didn't do well at first, don't get me wrong, but it's not like he was doing bad in any of the seasons. Maybe not up to expectations, sure. But, I mean, he's definitely done super well for his contract value. He is one of the best contract values in baseball, and we have him for another 5 years.
Yeah.
But, nonetheless, Soto should have been in this All-Star game. And then let's also talk about David Peterson gets in. So, round of applause for David Peterson.
He also did very well. The Mets dominated that All-Star game.
Yeah. Pete should have been MVP.
That's what I was talking about when I said all-star snub.
No, Soto is my all-star snub, but
Yeah, I'm
yes.
talking both.
I mean, I get it. I get that one a little bit. I mean, the swing off was really cool, and I understand you're just having a guy throw to you, but you know what? Schwarber did win it for us. I'll give it to him.
Pete didn't even get the
Pete
hit.
did win. Without Pete's home run, we don't win. But you can make that argument for any player, right? Any player that got any RBI in that game, we wouldn't have won without them. Like, sure. But yes, Pete Alonso, 3-run homer, that ends up being huge for the National League. But I think simply just because of the optics of it, just seeing the guy who won it for you at the end and having the swing off, this new thing in the All-Star game. By the way, great idea, MLB. I'm starting to get on board with Rob Manfred. I don't think he's been doing that bad of a job other than with the Astros situation. So I think the pitch clock has been a success, and I think this All-Star game was a success as well. I like how he tinkers with things, but doesn't completely change things upside down. The only thing I really don't exactly love the guy on second base in extra innings, but I get it, quickens the game. Anyways, I get it, but I think Pete Alonso should have been MVP, is my point.
Me too.
So maybe I was on the defense there of him, but yeah, Pete Alonso did have a great moment and did have that 3-run homer.
Was that?
Very reminiscent to David Wright's home run, in my opinion, in 2006.
Was I the only one that was cheering for Jonathan Aranda to get one home run so Pete could end it?
I mean, that would have been great, right? We could have Pete Alonso as our All-Star Game MVP. That would have been amazing. So it is what it is. I mean, Lindor didn't do too great. Surprise, surprise, hasn't been doing great.
Yeah.
Did you see the David Peterson pitching hit the ground ball to Lindor?
Oh yeah.
And the put out by Alonso,
Yeah.
all the Mets. So that was pretty cool. That was a cool
The
moment.
Mets actually sent me a letter, so not to brag, but they know who I am.
They sent you a letter.
They sent me a letter.
You should read that out. What did they say? Why don't you read this at the beginning?
Hold on.
Yeah, so the Mets sent him a letter, I assume from what he's okay, because we can read that for sure. We can definitely read that. So go ahead, if you want to, you can read it for us, or you can just show us.
It's kind of a long thingy. Not really that long.
Pretty cool. And you got Mr. Met at the end.
Yeah.
Nice. Like the touches they put on it. So I'm really glad. Maybe we can get
I got this bucket hat and a. Where is it? Hold on. Let me show you that too.
Wow, I didn't realize the bucket hat was Mets related.
It's got a little hood too.
Oh, really? They gave you that?
I can't hear you.
I believe the Mets gave him all these things, all these merch. The Mets and their merch game is unbelievable. Next, we need Pete Alonso on the podcast to talk to him a little bit about how he hits the ball. So, if anybody knows Pete Alonso,
we'll try to make that
get
happen.
him on the podcast.
Any of our 8 subscribers.
Yeah. So, any of our 8 subscribers, if you can get Pete Alonso on the podcast, we'd love that. So that would be great.
When I went to the Field of Dreams, I met somebody whose friend actually made, he customized polar bears cleats.
Really? Did you get his phone number? Oh, that's funny. I'm just kidding. That's pretty cool, though. That's nice. Nice stuff. But, we'll see. Hopefully we can one day get to, meet these people. I was seeing a TikTok, actually. I've been on David Wright Talk, I guess. It was about this guy who was like, my dream is to meet you, David Wright, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually he meets David Wright at the stadium while he's, in the stands. So they're both watching the game, which was pretty cool, I gotta say. So maybe we could get David Wright on the podcast, too. That would be awesome.
Yeah, Come on, David.
These are simple names.
Not
Very
like you're-
simple names, I think.
Like one of the best Mets players of all time or anything.
You say one of the best? Don't
Oh, the best. Sorry. He's top 2.
I'm just kidding with you. I actually don't think he's the best, but he's the best in my heart. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Let's get into it.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
One more. How many Mets today do you think are gonna get their jerseys retired? Like on the roster right now? I can think.
It's very hard to say.
Alonso,
We're on the pace to have a 3.
Lindor.
Maybe Alonso. You don't know about Alonso. So Alonso, I think, is not guaranteed yet. I think it depends if we get a championship or not. It depends if they stay healthy.
Alonso,
I think you have to put Lindor because Lindor is on a Hall of Fame track and he might be a Met when he goes to the Hall.
Diaz.
I don't think.
You think Diaz?
It depends on their career. I don't know. That is a tough question. Like what? Okay, so let me tell you this. Okay, and I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. Say in 10 years we don't win a World Series. How many get retired? I think it's only one.
Alonso's getting retired.
Well, it depends. Does he stay a Met? We don't know for sure. He's still on 1-year contract. And you know how David Stearns is with first baseman. He doesn't exactly love to keep them.
He's got a couple of years left on his contract.
He signed a 1-year deal.
Oh, I thought he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah, so we don't know for sure if we're having Alonso long term. We assume so. I think he wants to be a Met. I think the Mets want him to be a Met. But
2-year deal. It's a 2-year deal.
Oh, it's a 2-year deal? I mean, I don't know, though.
Alonso's going to break Strawberry's record.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're going to have your number retired by the Mets. Doesn't guarantee that. I think it's... Well, I think Nimmo might have a better case than Alonso. Don't you think?
That was going to be my next question. Do you think Nimmo is going to get his number retired?
Here's my thing with Nimmo. He's been so disrespected by the MLB. I feel like he hasn't had an All-Star game appearance.
Underrated.
It's very undervalued. Does the same thing happen with the Mets where he can't get his number retired by the Mets? It's possible. I don't know. But people made these arguments with about Keith Hernandez whenever, he was with the Mets. Although Keith Hernandez didn't even play all his seasons with the Mets. He won a World Series, 2 World Series. He won an MVP with the Cardinals. And he's had one of the most illustrious careers at first base, known as probably the best defensive first baseman ever. And he's still not in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. And it took him a while to get his jersey number retired by the Mets.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it's so obvious, I feel like, with David Wright being Captain America and being the captain.
Yeah.
I can't see it with Nimmo yet. At least not yet. It doesn't mean it won't happen. If we win a couple World Series, if we win one, I think it's possible that Nimmo's in it. I feel like Alonso's in it. I think Alonso's in it now. I'm just not sure if he stays with the team long term. Like, what if he signs with the Phillies?
No. Actually, yeah. It depends.
Do you get what I'm saying, though? It's all circumstantial, because if he signs with the team, and, like, I won't blame him if he does sign for a team the Mets don't like. If you need to get your money, if the Mets aren't giving you your money, then I get it. I want him to be on the Mets. But I don't know. You just don't know with these things. Diaz is interesting. I don't know if John Franco has his number retired.
Yeah, he does. He does.
He does? I apologize, John Franco. But
Franco, he can be on the podcast.
John Franco.
But let's go into Game 3 a little bit.
What? Do you know what number John Franco was? No, it's not been retired.
Has it? I thought they said.
It says players who could. Reyes. It's surprising Beatty has number 7 at third base. It still is because of Reyes. But I guess that means we probably won't be retiring Jose Reyes' number anytime soon.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyways, what were you saying?
Let's get into Game 3 a little bit.
Yeah, I thought we kind of did a little bit. So, Acuna gets up, has that huge double as well, runs it out. We get into a 2-2 ball game. Diaz kind of blows in the eighth inning, right? Get to the bottom of the eighth. We got second and third, one out. Torrens is up. Can you walk us through what happened? Second and third, eighth inning.
Torrens hit
one out.
A
infield's in.
Hard ground ball to the second base. Whoever the second baseman is, amazing play. Soto gets a good read. He scores. Neal holds at second. And he knows it's the wrong call immediately when he didn't go. But
I want to talk about the hustle of Soto though to get there. I think Soto's faster than people think.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Or at least reads it well off the bat.
Yeah,
I think it's very important that we have Soto in there, hustling home, understanding the situation.
Yeah, he hasn't known the situation a couple times this year, so it was good. In that first to third by him, he had good base running. Just wasn't hit hard or hit soft enough or far enough to go first to home and score. But David Peterson in another outstanding outing. 6 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 run, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Bronzelbaum looked decent. By the way, Peterson, shaky start, but got it back together. A base load in the second inning, got out of it. Garrett's
iffy.
Yeah, gets pulled. Mendoza doesn't pull relievers. He normally pulls the relievers later, don't you think?
Yeah, so
Later
I
than
was
they
a bit
should
confused.
But
And maybe it was a response to what happened that first game. Go ahead.
But he said, I don't trust Garrett, get him out of here. And Diaz, lucky that they didn't do more damage with bases loaded. You can't hit somebody on an 0-0 count with bases loaded and 2 outs.
Don't put Diaz in with guys on base. Simple as that. Unless you have the best hitter up and it's bases loaded, 2 outs. Like if Ellie De La Cruz is on there, there's 2 outs left. It's bases loaded. Like your best option is Diaz right there. I get that. Don't get the way they had it.
Stanek looked good. Got the save.
Situation.
But,
Yeah. Well, I don't even think Stanek looked that great. I think Stanek he got through it, which to his credit he did. Didn't let up a run. This was just a bulldog game. Like it felt like we couldn't really strike anybody out. How many strikeouts do we have?
Peterson had 4.
A total of 7 strikeouts this whole game. So, I mean, we can't have guys hitting into the field of play. They have too many good players for that to happen.
Yeah.
Especially the Reds.
Yeah, we gotta. But I don't know. There's something about the series that I'm feeling kind of good going into the Angels series. But don't get me wrong, the Angels are a sneaky good team. They've played over 500 ball the last 50 games or so.
Yeah, and they never sell out, that's for sure. Their ownership never sells out, even if they are guaranteed to be the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
So
half game behind the Phillies.
So we got the Angels, yeah. So still half game behind the Phillies. Angels coming up. What do you think happens in this series? Senga's going on the mound, on the bump tomorrow.
Senga against Tyler Anderson. Yeah. Got a 4.34 ERA on the year. 100 innings pitched. We should go out and have that game.
I hope so. The Angels are good, but we're better than them. So I expect. We have Senga. Let's see who we have the second game.
Montas.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Against
Kyle
not great.
Hendricks.
What'd you say?
All right, good. against Kyle Hendricks. It's like the most basic matchup of all time, like among pitchers.
And
So
then we got Mania versus
TBD.
Plummer. That's the projected
Plummer?
starter now. It was to be decided
Okay.
during the game, but
Okay, nice. All right, I feel confident with that. And the Angels got something going. Mike Trout still on the Angels, still a good player, despite what a lot of people say. But they're a pretty decent team. I wouldn't. The American League is so much worse than the National League. It feels like if like the Nationals were in the American League, they'd be a playoff team. I mean, have you seen the divisions? I mean, the NL Central's stacked. The NL East, I wouldn't say stacked, but a pretty good division. And then you got the NL West stacked.
Yeah, you have 4 teams over 500 in the NL Central. You have 3 teams over 500 in the NL West, and a team that's 500. Oh, let's not talk.
The AL Central's a joke.
And then you got 2 of the best teams in baseball in the NL East. And I feel like
the Central and the West AL West are a joke is what I mean in the American League side.
Yeah, the Central is definitely a joke. Tigers are going to be first round exits because look who they're playing.
They've lost 6 in a row though. I wouldn't put it past. Who knows if they even stay there? All
I
these
think they got the division locked up
like
right now.
what do you even do if you're anyone like who's selling right now? Is also my question. Like you got the Orioles. Yeah, but who are we getting from the Rockies?
Ryan McMahon.
I mean, you got the White Sox, the Orioles. Those are the obvious sellers. The Athletics.
Guardian said they're open to trade.
I wouldn't even say the Guardians are. Are they obvious?
They're not going to sell a whole bunch. They're going to sell.
But what I mean is they're in the wild card race right now. Like I don't even know if they're selling. Like there's not a lot of teams that are selling right now. This is a seller's market for sure. You're going to get a lot for what you give up. The Guardians are 4.5 back from the wild card right now.
Yeah, they said that they were open to trading Class A. So if you trade Class A, I think you're selling.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, the Angels aren't in selling mode ever, so they're same record as the Guardians. Just feels like, I don't know, and the Yankees are falling off a bit. You never know what's going to happen.
The Jays are hot. Blue Jays.
Yeah, but do you think that keeps up? I don't know.
They're gonna try.
It could.
Hard. I think they're in win now mode. Marlins.
I mean, I think they're going to be in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying for saying's sake. I don't know.
Marlins. The Braves.
So let's. Yeah.
Maybe
Marlins,
the Diamondbacks. Maybe
we can't even get anyone from the Braves. No one's gonna trade, and I don't even know. Like, are the Braves even?
Acuna. I mean, there were a couple prospects.
Hot take. I think we have to trade Acuna. By the way, I think it's official. I think we do. I don't
For who?
see him being too valuable compared to what we could get. Other than being a guy who can steal bases and fill in every once in a while, I don't really know what else he can do. And I hate to say that, but it's like we have to do something. Where it's like, I don't know, we have all these oranges and we need apples. We need to trade something.
Yeah.
For an apple. To the Big Apple.
Trade for a reliever. Please, Uncle Steve. Just get
I don't think we need a reliever.
What?
I don't. We got Brooks Riley back. I mean, it'd be nice if we get a reliever. Nice. But, like, what do we... I don't want to trade anyone crazy. Do you want to trade Jonah Tong?
No, I'm just
Who are you going to trade?
We need... Trade one of our mediocre third basemen.
But who are we going to get for... we're going to get a guy with a 3 or 4 ERA that's like Ryan Stanek. You know what I mean? It's like...
Uncle Steve, we just need a couple solid relievers. That's all I want. And maybe a starting pitcher. If you're really feeling it.
I think
like
we
Cedric
have...
Mullins.
I mean, that's fine. If we get Cedric Mullins, sure.
Sure, Duran.
But I just don't think I don't know. There's not a lot of things to get. I don't know who's selling. We need DeGrom. Rangers lose. I want the DeGrominator back.
We can get David Bentar, whatever his name is.
Bednar.
And Paul
Bet.
Skeens in the same trade. And maybe even O'Neal Cruz. We can do that. We can trade Acuna.
Who are we trading? The ghost of David Wright that's 23 years old? Like
Acuna. We're trading Acuna.
We don't have the pieces to trade that.
Trade Acuna and Beatty.
Do that.
They'll do it.
They won't. I told you who the Pirates are. The Pirates are a franchise. They're they're complete cheapskates, and they screw the fans over every year. And they're not going to stop doing that.
Yeah,
so,
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay, we need to do fantasy baseball.
So,
let's pull up.
I won.
Let's pull up.
2-time champion, I believe.
Rex keeps winning the fantasy baseball. He took Hunter's team, so. And also, CBS Sports has all the fantasy points, so I can just add them up through CBS Sports and not have to count them all. So it's been nice.
Nice.
Okay, let me look at the Angels roster and the Mets roster. And I probably get to pick first since I lost this time, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
And we're doing this like we did, right?
What do you mean?
Well, while you were gone, we had the brothers on here, and we all just picked 5 players, I believe, or something like that. It was completely different than what I'm used to. Darno's on the Angels. That's nice.
You can have him.
I just wanted with my first pick. With the first overall selection, I'm going to have to pick... I might pick Darno, honestly. Because, what do we have at catcher?
Luis Torrens. Why can I not find this?
So I'm just going to pick my... Yeah, I'm just on ESPN.
Yeah, I don't use that. I'm not basic.
Well...
I use
I'm on CBS Sports now.
There we go.
I'm started. I'm going to pick Juan Soto. Rex, who do you want to select?
I get 2 picks, right?
You get 2 picks.
I will pick, let me just do this real quick. I think Brandon Nimmo. Pick Nimmo. And, go Pete Alonso. Actually, yeah. Go with Mets.
All right, I'm picking Ward.
Taylor
Ward, and I'm picking Trout.
Nice.
And that fills out my outfield.
Nice.
I guess if you want to count Trout in the outfield, I think he's been playing some outfield.
He's been DHing, I think, right?
I think he plays outfield sometimes though, so it counts. Right?
Yeah.
Good play, Trev. Good try. Good job.
Me, Zach Neto, and Joe Adell. Leave you with the slumping Lindor.
Waddell?
No, Joe Adell.
I see. Oh, Adele like the singer. Let's see what we got to work with. You don't want Lindor? That's nice. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that.
Take him.
I'll take Logan O'Hop.
Happy.
I'll take Francisco Lindor.
All right. I'll take Brett Beatty.
And what position?
Hold on. I might not pick Brett Beatty. Let's see how many lefties they have coming up. It's a righty.
Yeah, so let's see.
Yeah, I'll pick Beatty. There's one lefty. Beatty. And who's been our DH recently? Vientos? So, what positions do I have? I'll take Beatty at second.
Outfield. So you have one outfielder left. You need to get first base, shortstop, and third base. So you need a second baseman, You need a catcher.
No, I want Beatty
One
as
more
my
outfielder and
second baseman.
DH. Oh, okay. Okay. You good? What else?
I'm thinking. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I'll go with Mark Vientos.
Vientos. At what position? DH?
Third base, right? Or should I move Beatty to third? Yeah, I'm gonna move Beatty to third. Have Vientos at third or DH.
Thanks. I've only drew through his thing twice. It's gonna be fun to read. Okay, I'll go. Who's pitching for the Mets? Manaea's pitching.
Manaea,
Senga's pitching.
Senga, and Montas.
And Montas. So we got 2 righties, 1 lefty. We'll wait to get our first baseman because you can't get him. I'll take McNeil at second, I guess. Well, you got your second. Oh. You took Beatty at what position again, actually?
Third.
Okay, McNeil's my second then. Baseman. And then I'll take Mauricio, and I'll put him in my DH.
I'll take Luis Rengifo.
Or, well, hold on a second. Hold on. I'll just put him at DH, that's fine. You'll take
Luis Rengifo and Tyrone
Rengifo.
Taylor.
Rengifo, third base, Taylor, outfield. So that fills out your outfield.
Yeah, I only need a catcher,
Now-
right?
Yes, now all you need is a catcher. All I need is a third baseman that doesn't exist.
You already took all the third basemen.
It's gotta be a guy who's played third base before.
Chris Taylor.
Luis Angel Acuna. I'll take Luis Angel, third base. And then my first baseman for my last pick, the one.
I'll take Luis Torrens.
Catcher, Luis Torrens. No Travis d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud made a nice post about David Wright. That was nice.
He did? He's a bum.
Who hates Travis d'Arnaud?
Me. Because he hates the
I
Mets.
freaking can't believe we got rid of him. He was our catcher for the 2015 team, and was fan favorite too. He went and visited the 7 line and everything. I don't know why we got rid of that guy. Unbelievable. And then all he does is just do well wherever he goes. We actually got him in the R.A. Dickey trade along with Syndergaard. All right. So that wraps up our episode for the Metropolitan Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Trevor. Thank you for listening to us. And this was Rex. Also, would like to wish a special happy birthday to our brother Hunter, who was just on the podcast the other day. And our mom's birthday. Yes, our mom. That would be a mother as well. Her birthday is coming up July 21st, which should be tomorrow.
Top it up.
So, happy birthday. And we might have another birthday coming up right after that. So, also, happy birthday to my dog. Coda Blue has turned 4. It's 28 in dog years. He's my age in dog years. So, pretty cool.
Old.
All right. We appreciate you listening. Thank you so much for following us. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to download our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a review. Make sure, if you like our stuff, that you give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like our stuff, just ignore that. And, yeah, I think that's it. So you got anything for the people?
Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets. All right. Thank you very much.